Thank you all so much for clicking on today's video. And today we're going to be talking about something kind of crazy. Just in case to make a bad situation even worse, because that's what the government loves to do. They're shipping all of the toxic waste, or at least 500,000 gallons, down here to the great country of Texas, and
they're shipping
everywhere?
it. They're shipping it all over the country.
Okay.
They shipped some to Michigan.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and we had a couple subs that had mentioned this in the comments, so I've been trying to find more information on it. So I want to cover this article, but yeah, they're shipping this toxic waste all over the country under the guise of, they're going to treat to waste treatment and all this stuff. So listen to how they're going to treat. Basically, they're going to inject it into our water table. It's real exciting, but
it sounds delicious.
But it's, trust the science.
Exactly.
You must worship the science.
The one thing we should do is trust the science.
Plan to inject. Trust the science.
Into my body.
Plan to inject toxic. No, we're talking now. Listen. We're talking about toxic chemicals. Yeah. Plan to inject toxic Ohio wastewater underground in Texas. Alarms locals.
Just a little bit.
The problem is the conspiracy theorists,
the
and all
tinfoil
these
hat
tinfoil hat weirdos,
right wingers,
and they're always thinking
Trump lovers.
They're always thinking like the worst, and like
people
are like
out to get them.
So they're usefully incompetent to some type of an agenda.
The government's great,
so that's the problem. But we're not a news show, y'all. This is a comedy show, so. You got to laugh or you'll cry. So, hey, y'all, this is a value for value proposition. So if you like our content, you like what we're doing, please go check us out at TheTexasBoys.com. We have lots of awesome merch. We got swag, we got hats, we got t-shirts, we got coffee, we have honey.
Unvaccinated honey.
We have unvaccinated honey. We have the native mud. We have uncaffeinated 7 mush titrations of chocolate goodness, all kinds of awesome stuff. Check us out. We greatly appreciate your support,
everyone.
We are super shadow banned, and we are restricted on YouTube, and they're just like a puke platform. So please check us out on Rumble and subscribe to our Rumble.
Absolutely.
We appreciate and love y'all. And now let's get back to the video.
Exactly.
Residents and local officials of Harris County, so this is down in Houston, near Houston. Residents and local officials of Harris County, Texas, have sounded the alarm after learning that the now contaminated water used to extinguish the fiery aftermath of the Norfolk Southern train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio, has been transported to their neighborhood for disposal.
Yummy.
Harris County Judge Lena Hidalgo noted at a press conference on Thursday, February 23rd, that 500,000 gallons of wastewater has been delivered to the city of Deer Park for disposal. The county learned about the delivery of the wastewater just a day earlier. The wastewater was transported to Texas Molecular, which injects hazardous waste into the ground for disposal.
Like,
woohoo!
Man, I don't.
It's
and then
the
like
rocket scientists. Yeah.
This stuff has, I'm talking deadly toxic chemicals, and like, how do you think nothing's going to be affected by it, especially groundwater?
Well, yeah,
you're injecting it into the ground.
Yeah, these are unabated.
Are you out of your mind?
Yeah.
Like, we should. Okay, great. We got these toxic chemicals. Now we should actually be smart and go like do something like the best, safest way to destroy it. Right? Yeah. Or I don't know, figure it out.
You know the craziest thing about the controlled explosion is originally, the talking points about the controlled explosion were, these things were going to explode at any temperature above 8 degrees Fahrenheit. And then when they were asked, well, if these were to have exploded, what was the main concern? And they said, well, flying shrapnel. And I'm like, what? Flying shrapnel, the entire area was vacated, evacuated. Dude. So nobody was going to be hurt by flying shrapnel. But instead, with this controlled demolition, it vaporized it, injected this gigantic toxic plume into the air. And there are many people that are speculating that the controlled demolition was actually to cover up even other more toxic chemicals that nobody knows about, that nobody knew were on the cars. And that makes far much greater sense.
Exactly.
That it was some type of cover up. And that's how all this stuff goes. And whenever there is a cover up, I'm thinking kind of like 9/11, like, oh, well, for some reason we ship all the debris, over to China and all that stuff, so that people can't investigate. So we just blew it up, and then now we're just going to very surreptitiously and clandestinely ship all this toxic wastewater all over the country. It's it's not bad enough that it's completely destroyed the entire infrastructure of this area in Ohio. Let's disseminate it to the entire country so that it can do the most damage, and that our incompetence can have an even greater impact on, and all of this. Every day that passes, it becomes more and more clear that our government is completely and utterly and totally incompetent. And, so there are no words. The company claims it is experienced in the disposal technique and that the process is very safe. So what they're saying is it's safe and effective, y'all. They're saying trust the science, it's safe and effective, and they are experienced with injecting toxins.
Really?
Yeah, into the groundwater. For clarity.
Thought you meant
our technology safely removes hazardous constituents from the biosphere.
What the heck?
Dude, we are part of the solution to reduce risk and protect the environment.
Sure you are.
Whether in a local area or other places that need the capabilities we offer to protect the environment. Yeah.
They probably said it just like that too.
Bada bing. George Gullion, a biology and environmental science professor at the University of Houston Clear Lake, claimed that the deep well injection process used by Texas Molecular is a common practice that poses minimal risk to the millions of residents of Harris County. This injection in some cases is usually 4,000 or 5,000 feet down below any kind of drinking water aquifer, well, other than primary water. Claims Gullion. Could it come up someday? Yeah, maybe. But hundreds of years from now, or thousands of years from now, maybe it'll only affect your great-grandchildren. Maybe, the absurdity. And here, once again, it's a total disregard. All of those that claim the hashtag that they want to help the environment, they're clearly they're going to get paid hundreds of millions of dollars to do this. And they're completely incompetent. And they're kicking the can down the road. This is like printing more money and sending it to the Ukraine. Hidalgo notes that Texas Molecular informed county officials of the delivery of 500,000 gallons of wastewater and warned that an additional 0.5 million, so that would be a total of 2 million gallons, will be hauled to the company site by about 30 trucks in the coming days. Despite only learning about the presence of the wastewater in the county on Wednesday, Hidalgo noted that Texas Molecular has been receiving wastewater from East Palestine for the past week. Hidalgo was told that there was no law requiring her office to be informed about the wastewater, but the judge noted that she and other local officials are still very upset and that they were kept out of the loop by a fundamentally broken system. And do we read that? It's always a fundamentally broken on purpose system. This is a wake-up call. It doesn't look like any regulations necessarily were broken, but the fact that nobody told us, but it doesn't quite seem right, said Hidalgo. There are many things we don't know that we should know. That doesn't mean that something is wrong, but it's worth noting. Local residents and organizations are also concerned by the sudden appearance of 500,000 gallons of toxic water in the neighborhoods. Tammy Baxter, a resident of Deer Park, is concerned by the fact that these toxins will be present in the ground she walks. Baxter is informed that the wastewater will be disposed into a deep well injection site from a news broadcast. When she called the mayor's office of Deer Park, she expected a return phone call dispelling the rumor. Instead, her worst fears were confirmed. There has to be a closer deep well injection site. It's foolish to put it on the roadway. I completely agree. We have accidents on a regular basis. Do they really want to have another contamination zone? It is silly to move it that far. I'm disturbed. I'm shaken by the information.
Yeah, exactly.
We are disturbed to learn that toxic wastewater from East Palestine, Ohio will be brought to Harris County for disposal, wrote the Houston branch of the Coalition for Environmental Equity and Resilience. Our country should not be a dumping ground for the industry. So there you go, y'all. And we appreciate our subs and the comments,
Absolutely.
letting us know about this. And so we're able to kind of trace and track down some of this information. The difficulty of finding all of this information is pretty surreal as well.
Yeah.
But this is incredibly concerning. So I would be checking in your area and in your state to see where else they're sprinkling all this wastewater. And this whole notion of this deep well injection is pure
Garbage.
It's like fantasy land. It is so absurd. Oh, it'll come up someday, but it'll be way down the road. You know, this is like the quantitative pollution. You know, well, it's only going to affect your great grandchildren. We'll all be dead by then, so don't worry about it. Some of these most
sounds like a politician.
Toxic chemicals known to man. They won't come to the surface. This is so incredibly dystopian.
So dumb.
I just, you know, and these incinerators that they have that are filtered.
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident that they could process this water,
dude.
And it certainly would.
I mean, we live in 2023. They totally have the equipment to be able to filter this stuff
and there's all different kind of algae that they use for this thing. They need to come up with a better solution. And you know, every now and then we get the random thing like, "Oh, hey guys, you can do better. You got to give us a solution." Well, let me give you a solution on them injecting 2 million gallons of wastewater into the water table. I don't have anything. I'm sorry, y'all. But you know, I don't know. We need less government.
First
That's
of all,
a solution.
they're going to pay. How much are they paying for 30 trucks to truck 2 million gallons worth of toxic waste from Ohio to Texas?
A lot.
So if we take all that money and then on top of all the other money that these guys are going to be getting paid to put it down these wells and stuff, take all that money and then figure out another solution how to purify it. And
it's insane.
Oh man, I don't know.
But so that's what's going on, y'all. There was this planned demolition, planned explosion. It magnified this issue of this pollution issue. It magnified it, and now they're continuing to amplify and magnify this problem. And it appears by what they are doing that their end game is just to pollute the entire United States of America, just in case all of their other idiotic policies don't destroy our food system and our standard of living and way of life. This is just another needle in the haystack. Welcome to Clown World 2023. And I don't. It's a little bit. George Orwell says hi. He's thinking about writing a new book.
Really? Wow, didn't know that. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching today's video, tuning in, and we'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.